Welcome, true believers, to Badwolf Comics. I'm your host, the Bad Wolf, and today we have a fresh set of custom dust jackets for the Lock and Key Master Editions. Stick around, it should be fun. Welcome back, true believers, to another Bad Wolf Comics custom dust jacket video. So, I did not have a video the last 3 weeks. I apologize. When I lost my Halloween video, I also apparently lost 2 other videos in the interim, so I just didn't have time to reshoot all that stuff. I'm actually shooting this just days before release. We are going to move to a Tuesday release for this month, because Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve both land on a Tuesday this year. I'm just going to release videos every Tuesday going forward until the end of the year. Now today we do have an announcement as well as some custom dust jackets, so I'm going to show these off. We're going to go through the whole process, and at the end of the video I'm going to give you guys the details on Bad Wolf Comics' first giveaway. That's right, folks, I finally figured out how to do some giveaways, so make sure you stick around to the end of the video to get all the information on what you need to do to enter, what's up for grabs, and when we'll choose winners. So this is how I originally collected my Lock and Key series in the compendium. I usually like to have one hardbound book. I love the omnibus format. It's a great way to collect your stuff. But this is all right. I actually did another video comparing all the Lock and Key stuff. If you guys want to go back and check that. But the book is very plain. You know, it's got a great dust jacket. I love the black on the back of it. These master collections have a much nicer presentation. I really like the fact that it's raised on the cover. The spine just looks better. Everything about this, in my opinion, was just a much nicer presentation. Now, I talked to a lot of different people about the idea of actually putting custom dust jackets on these books. Folks like IDW, Image, Boom, they don't often, if ever, put dust jackets on their books, which means they're actually left open to shelfware. Now that's the biggest reason I want to put custom dust jackets on these books, is because I love these books. They look beautiful and I want to protect them from shelfware. Now I talked to a lot of different people and got a lot of different opinions. Some folks agree that they would absolutely want to cover those and protect from shelfware, and others just couldn't imagine ever covering these beautiful books. And I understand that. I absolutely see where they're coming from. These are beautiful covers, and the front and back are just absolutely stunning. They do a really good job with the designs of these books. And I'm really happy with them, the way they look. It has nothing to do with the aesthetic or that I think they did a bad job. But let's stop talking about it. I'm going to stack them up over here. We're going to pull them out one at a time and do a comparison of the original versus what I did with the dust jacket. So let's get those set up. Alright, let's start with Lock and Key Volume 1, Master Edition. Again, the Master Edition cover looks great. I have no problem with the design. The spine looks amazing. They did a really good job with the design of these books, and it's what made me switch from an omnibus, which doesn't happen very often. Very rarely will you see me take the smaller books over the omnibus or over the library editions, because they're usually a much grander presentation. For this particular set, they knocked it out of the park with those Master Editions. I could not be happier. But see, here's our front. Here's our spine. Looks great. Did a great job with that. And here's our back. Alright, so let's pull out the first book here. So we really went minimalist this time around. And I really like the design that we came up with for each of these books. And this is kind of the theme we went with for the whole series. But with our spine, Roy knocked it out of the park. He did a really good job, keeping up with the aesthetic of the books. And didn't just throw a logo on there or just some lettering. He really did a good job with this. And for those of you that have been watching my channel for a while or any length of time know that I prefer collected covers in the back. So that's how we went with the whole series here. We did collected covers. I like them for reference. It's nice to be able to see what the covers were, even some of the alternative covers, and it came out just great. And as per usual, we have the Bad Wolf Comics logo here at the bottom. But I just can't get enough of how amazing this turned out. Roy did such a phenomenal job. As always, man, thank you for all you do. But that is book 1. Moving on. All right, and here's book 2 of our Master Editions. I love this cover. It looks great, phenomenal work. Spine looks just like the rest. And then here's our back. Let's move this over here just a little bit so we can pull out our second custom dust jacket here. And here we go. Another great shot of another great key. So all of these are going to look very similar. We use basically to use different keys, which were covers for the paperbacks, I believe. I'm not exactly sure, but when I was flipping through covers and all the different choices, we came up with these, and I just like how they synergize together. So we went ahead and went with all the keys. And again, here's our spine. And then our back with our collected covers. Again, love it for reference. Roy did a phenomenal job as always. But those just look great. Beautiful shot here. Here's our third and final Master Edition. Again, they did a great job on the cover. The book looks great. The design of this whole collection was just top notch. They did a really good job. Not any of the complaints that I have with Marvel. Everything synergizes, everything looks good together, and they just did a phenomenal job with the design of this and presentation of these books. And here's our last cover, and it's using the Omega key, which is the final, most powerful key in the series. For those that have read it, if you know, you know. If you don't, what are you waiting for? Read this series. It's awesome. I promise you won't be let down. It's really a story about family, even if the books are a little more adult-oriented. But let's get our spine shot here. Side by side, and then our back. And once again, we went the collected covers. Here's our spine shot. I really like the fact that Roy was able to get an actual picture on the spine to go with everything. But personally, I as good of a job as they did here, I do like the dust jackets better. I think Roy did a much better job. All right, next we're going to show you the creation process of these custom dust jackets. I'm going to give you a time lapse of the printing, trimming, bro-darting, and folding of these custom dust jackets. And then we'll move on to our final shot. Master Editions, 1, 2, and 3. I'm just going to start with the last book here. Pull our bro dart. We'll use the dust jacket for a measuring tool. There. Take the dust jacket and flip it over. First things first, we want to get it centered. Once it's centered, then you want to get it as high up as you can. Don't let it fool you. There we go. And then we just fold from the bottom. We want to take our book and find our spine line. Sometimes it's good to fold at the spine. Not always, but some of these smaller books, especially the ones that don't have dust jackets to begin with. Yeah, see, we need to unfold that a little more. There we go. Book 3. Let's get our second custom dust jacket here. Dust jacket, flip it over, we'll get it centered left to right, seat it up top, and then fold from the bottom. Use the book as a spine line, especially with these smaller books. That spine really stays put. All right, last one. Doesn't take long once you get it down. All right, from there, same old, we just enter it into the bro dart. Center it left to right, and then seat it up top. Once seated, fold from the bottom. Use the book to get our spine line. It's most important on these smaller books than ever. If your spine's off, it will be noticeable. It's noticeable on most books anyway, but there we go. Pull that around. Much better. All right, much better. And that is lock and key, all protected. And here's our final shot. So first off, let me know, folks, do you guys prefer your books without covers at all? Would you prefer to cover them to protect from shelf wear? Is there a different cover you guys would have used instead of the ones I chose? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear about it. Now, as always, I get 90% of my books from Organic Price Books. For those of you that shop at Organic Price Books, don't forget to use the code BADWOLF during checkout for $2 off your order. And if you just can't get enough and you need some great places to talk comics, I can always be found at the Bad Wolf Comics Facebook group. And if that's not enough, I can always be found lurking in the pages of the Omnibuds Cafe. It's a great group for like-minded folks in the collected edition community. So if you just want to talk shop or there's that special book you've been looking for and you don't want to pay those eBay prices, check them out. I promise you won't be sorry. But stick around, true believers. Bad Wolf Comics has more in store. As I said, we had an announcement. Bad Wolf Comics is going to do its very first giveaways. I finally figured out how to do them. Starting next week, we'll be doing a custom dust jacket giveaway for the TMNT The Last Ronin. Starting in the first week of December, we'll be doing a custom dust jacket giveaway for both the Age of Apocalypse and the Companion. Also, finally, later in the year, we're going to do a custom dust jacket for Claus, How Santa Claus Began. I don't want to say Director's Cut Collector's Edition, the thicker one of that will be up for grabs as well. So stick around, folks. I promise good things are coming. Bad Wolf Comics' first giveaways are coming this holiday season. Something you're not going to want to miss. Until then, I am the Bad Wolf. This is Bad Wolf Comics. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.